Hello. I've enjoyed using oil pastels in the past, but I just use them normally for adding a few details on top of a watercolour or mixed media piece. And today I thought I'd like to have a go at doing a whole piece in oil pastels. I don't 100% know what I'm doing, so I'm just going to give it a go. I'm copying off this reference photo that I took of the hill behind our village. I'm going to sketch out an initial picture with Prismacolor Col-Erase. They're erasable coloured pencils. And then the two lots of oil pastels that I've got are a couple of different boxes of Paul Rubens and then the Cheap and Cheerful Pentel Arts oil pastels. Okay, so I've done a very rough outline. I'm just a bit worried actually that this might be too small because the Paul Rubens oil pastels are quite soft and creamy and you can't get a particularly sharp point to them. But I'll give this a go anyway and see how I get on. Okay, so I think that's about as good as I can get it. I found the Paul Rubens pastels quite nice to blend, quite easy to blend. but like I suspected, hard to kind of get fine detail in. I did have a go at putting the Pentel over the top, but it didn't go very well. I managed to get some detail with the black, but that wasn't hugely successful. For some of these, like telephone poles or electricity poles, I use like a pokey tool from my card making days and just scratch detail in, and like for these tree trunks around here. The only thing I do want to do is get a really crisp line for the hill edge. So what I'm going to try and do is get some of the black. Oh, I should also say the black and the dark brown were beautifully soft. Some of the others aren't quite so soft. And I'm grateful that those two were very soft because I could layer them up really well. And before I get into this, the other thing I found is that I've got the Paul Rubens 48 set and the Paul Rubens 36 Macaron Colours. And even with all those, I found that there was a distinct lack of cool greys and warm greens. And this was basically the only warm green that was very useful in the set. Well, there's this lighter one, but it's a bit too bright in its own right. So anyway, what I want to try and do for this edge, I've got some Zest-it solvent, and I'm just going to see if that actually dilutes the wax pastel, which it looks like it does. So what I want to do is just paint in on this silhouette of the mountain because, well, the hill. Probably need to find a brush, but this is the only one that I've dedicated to solvent at the moment. So I just have to make do for now. I'm not as worried about this side. This is like trees on the skyline and stuff. Okay. Okay, I'll leave it there. I think that was an interesting first experiment with oil pastels covering a page completely. I think they're quite an interesting medium to play with. I've actually ordered some Snellier oil pastels. They should be arriving later today. But I wanted to have a go with what I've already got so I can make more of a comparison and see which are better at what. As always, thanks ever so much for joining me. Bye!